Hey guys, here. So CFB dropped a massive patch. We're going to go through the notes. Sadly, this drops tomorrow, they said. So those looking for this today, we got to wait 24 hours or thereabouts. So if you guys recall last year, CFB launched in a state, and then with the very first patch, they made it, into a game that more closely resembled the game that we wanted to play. And, I've had high expectations for this patch since it, did so well last year. And the game is, for online players, very frustrating for times. For offline players, which I am right now, the game's been all right. I mean, obviously there are flaws that we'll go through here through this patch, but, if you're enjoying it, like Dynasty and stuff, it's crazy how easy it is to overlook flaws in gameplay. Okay, with that said, let's get into it. So, coverage, which was a major concern of ours in my college football review, zone behavior is now improved, right? Hard flats now play hard. You can't just throw drags every play at them. You can't throw flats, because previously, even against hard flats, if you ran like a curl flat, you could throw the flat every time for like 2 yards. So, like, how are you going to guard 4th and 1 when they could just run a curl flat unless you used it, but then it leaves the middle of the field open, and why isn't the zone playing his zone responsibilities? You could obviously stem it all the way down or put flats on zeros, but hard flats should play the hard flat as it says it in the name, right? You give up the one behind you, take care of the one in front of you, W. And then the middle defender now gets deeper at cover 2 Tampa, meaning better leverage position against deep threats, specifically 3x1s. We'll see, especially with IRL, the speed differential between wide receivers and linebackers is mitigated by a linebacker reading the field well and not, having poor technique. In this game, you can just buzz right by him. So we'll see if that changes that. Cover 3 match. So cover 3 match, generally, last year was worse, which was a slot fade, would just automatically burn coverage deep. So they're saying, hey, we're updating coverage again, so you can't get beat deep on cover 3 match. Cover 2 match, defenders guarding inside and vertical routes, especially formations like bunches and stacks. Improved defense against outside throws and motion-heavy offenses. So we'll see. I don't know if they knew, talk about motion-heavy offenses, if they knew of the crowd quieting glitch when a player's in motion to get to the sideline better. I don't know if they knew that in time to get it off for this patch, but I don't think they would. We'll see. Cover 4 quarters against 3-1 sets. Corners and safeties pick up appropriate vertical threat to ensure that number 3 receiver is covered on deep routes. People doing a lot of glitching, especially out of bunch sets. Bunch sets have been powerful forever due to a lot of things you do with like receiver fades and streaks and corner routes, really kind of confusing a lot of the deep responsibilities. So corners won't press by default on the trip side in cover 4 palms and cover 6 match. That's a good thing. Those are like, you have it triangle button back off type stuff in those things every single time you call them. So good they're coming out pre-snap with that. Blocking. Some of this is good. Some of this is like, what game are you playing? All right, so blocking pass rush. Pre-play. Result issue with QB animations preventing players from making protection adjustments. Okay, this is a huge issue. I'm glad they got rid of it, because if you ever blocked your running back first, you couldn't do anything else. Got rid of it. Good. That was one of the most annoying things in online gameplay, because how are you supposed to pick up these crazy blitzes without being able to block your running back and then make your adjustments? You have to make your adjustments, then block your running back. And every single time you had to remember that. It was just, good quality of life feature here. Protection menu now closes automatically after making an adjustment. Huge quality of life. Fixed display issues with pass block lines after hot rodding the running back. Big W. I hope going forward, they don't mention it here. I hope going forward they allow us to come out and choose, do I want base blocking or do I want, whatever EA has, like the standard protections for every play blocking. I hope they give us an option to toggle on, I want base blocking every play. I don't care. I'll just adjust from there if I need it. The slide protection, every single time, especially when you take a little bit of time to choose your play, there's clock runoff, there's other things you got to do to hot route. Generally, I think of I look at the offensive line and the blitz last before making the play that I want to make based off how I want to attack the coverage. Obviously this is all taken away with Play Creator, but hopefully they give us a toggle on, and then last second I can go ahead, all right, block here, slide there, that etc. Or if I see just a base 4-man front, I'm like, whatever twist they have, I'll probably be able to pick it up with this base 4-man. But having it auto slid on me, and then it just lets a pass rusher go, and then at the last second I gotta make O-line adjustments, false start. I hate it, man. Free rushers against the quarterback is annoying.
And so the any ability for them to do that, to get rid of that in the most logical way possible, which to me is the toggle, is a benefit for us players. Improve recognition of stunts and loops across base, empty, and slide protections. We'll see. I mean, the meta's basically been in online, spread your D line in like a 4-2-1 stack, and then call the tech stunt, and then hope a guy gets through, and it gets through a lot. Base protection is less effective against stunts, reflecting its man-on-man nature. What? Just when I asked for a toggle, they're like, screw you, Fox. We're nerfing it. Why, man? Oh, so we got to guess that our slide's going to work? We got to guess that our 5-out protection's going to work? I don't know, man. If you would have told me like 10,000 things about the weaknesses in the game and the strength, I would have never said base protection is too powerful. It recognizes stunts too well. Where do they get their feedback? What? Why? Who would do this? Sometimes EA, man, I just don't know where the heck you get your ideas from. Blockers are better at identifying late blitzers and avoiding premature handoffs that lead to free rushers. Yeah, there's a ton of free rushers in this game right now, but I just chalk it up to like, that's college, right? That's the mental note I make myself. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Take the L, Fox. Pocket behavior. Tuning to decrease the likelihood of pass blockers staying in double teams unnecessarily. Cool. Reducing. I've seen double teams get split like crazy rates. Especially like an offline play. Offline, like all Madden. Oof. Man, you might as well just have like, I don't know, a traffic cone there sometimes. Reduce frequency of illegal man downfield penalties. Good. Edge rushers are now better recognized when they're being out-leveraged by scrambling quarterbacks. Awesome. Difficulty tuning. Increase pass... Dude. What? Okay, maybe this is online. Like, offline on Heisman, if our, like, lines are equally graded, I feel like I'm going against unstoppable force every play. Trying to get, like... Because the computer doesn't shade down, which is annoying on any sort of drop zone coverage. They never shade down. So... And then the pass rush is crazy. Basically, the entire offense has to be checkdowns over and over. And somebody's going to be like, yo, Fox, that's the West Coast system. It took over the NFL in the 80s, man. Get with the times, right? You see me wearing, like, shoulder. God, I screwed up the joke. I want that one back. Whatever, we let it fly. Shoulder pad suit. It's over. Decrease pass rush effectiveness on lower difficulties. All right, that's fine. Run block, shed, run flexes. Resolved an issue where blockers missed or switched targets in the open field, including RPO and core blocking schemes. The fact that there's a core blocking scheme means there's an outer core blocking scheme. Are we going to have to do the Kessel run? Okay, well, run game enhancements. We'll see. Whenever they say targeting fixes, this is 10 years in a row. We'll see. Run game enhancements. Added latitude to allow users to be able to untarget defenders in run play using the ID the mic system. That's a major W. You know, what's so crazy about this is this has been like the biggest, I wouldn't say the biggest, but one of the biggest boogeyman in the community for a long time now. Does IDing the mic actually work on run plays? Some people swear by it. Some people try to test it and notice no difference in practice mode. I don't know, but now they're saying you can untarget defenders using the ID mic system. I'm guessing by ID mic system, they mean the identification and then untargetification of the identifiers. Like, you can't just ID the mic on the guy. You got to hit the untarget defender in the ID the mic system. So, I don't know, man. If EA would come out and say, yes, ID the mic does do something on run plays, sliding the line does do something on run plays, that would help us a lot and like show us what it does. Because right now there's a lot of like, I would say like two sides of it, where some people believe it, some people believe it's just ghost stories. Like, is Old Man Jenkins under here, or are we actually fighting like a 3,000-year-old mummy? I don't know. Fixed bugs causing double teams to split too slowly, preventing blockers from reaching the second level. That makes sense. I'm okay with, like, okay, here's the thing. Double teams, I like when they're stuck on a guy if that guy is like a superstar or like a really big dude that's not getting moved. You know what I mean? Like
Like, give me a reason to have a space eater. We saw this yesterday with the Madden gameplay leak changes that they nerfed the fat dudes. I don't like that, man. I don't think double teams should be moving the 350-pounders. Now, the 350-pounders, depending on their attributes, shouldn't be moving either, right? Like their acceleration, agility, speed. But I think there needs to be a reason to have run defenders, right? If everything is pre-canned animations, blockers will reach the second level no matter what the attribute of defender is. That's kind of annoying. So I worry about fixing bugs as problem becomes too deterministic. Like, we've seen this in the past with like stretch plays. If you guys recall Madden's, like especially like Madden 20, where you call a stretch play and it doesn't matter who your tight end is. I've said this example a lot. You could have Tony Gonzalez out there against Lawrence Taylor. And not saying Tony's a trash run blocker, but Lawrence Taylor's on a different level. The tight end should not be able to hook him every single play because of the pre-canned animation. And then we saw it in other Maddens. I think they countered that in 21 until I think the second patch where the defensive end just won it every time. You can't have that. Right? So I'm a little nervous on sometimes like the fixing of the bugs because look at how many changes they've made. This is a ton of changes. And I feel like sometimes when they fix the bugs, I got it, boss, knocked it out, right? And they make it too deterministic because it's like a simple fix. Just like, hard coding around it. Now we're going to get off to the double team the second level no matter what. It doesn't matter what the defensive line, offensive line ratings are. Anyways, with that said, moving on. Lead blocker, logic, and halfback targeting under center formation have been improved to target the biggest threat in the open field. Who's that? Me. I'm the big. Targeting. Like I said above. I read the same line for a long time. Engagement and shedding logic. Defenders' leverage now appropriately affects block outcomes. Thank you. They promised that. They promised that over the summer. I watched it not make a dang difference. Please, generational patch like last year's first patch. Do it again for us. Defensive linemen shed blocks more realistically in short yardage situations. Realistically is everything. I don't know what that means. I don't know, because we've seen you go ahead and show me a block shed, you could probably get a play of it. It depends on how often it happens and what happens. Realistically, it could be anything. So we'll see it on the sticks. It's gonna take us a while to figure it out, right? That's one of those. I got to play the game and run 100 times up the middle. Edge players no longer disengage inside or take unrealistic inside angles. I like that. I do like that, especially in wide 9 formations. Reduced defender control on block steering interactions. Now, is this when you're using the offensive line? Or if you guys recall, the summer film, right? Where there's here's the gameplay. You can now click on a lineman and block steer them. Is this when are they basically turning, if we use an offensive lineman into superheroes? And then you're saying you can, okay, here's the thing. Why can't I road the glory in offensive lineman, man? I just want to spend 5 years, 1 year learning, and then 4 years. I just want to turn offensive lineman, dude. Don't take it away, man. Put it in the game. We got people out here doing train simulators. We got truck drivers coming back doing truck driving simulators. We got people coming back from war playing Call of Duty, man. Let us do what we want to do. I don't care how boring or engaging it is. Give us the choice, man. Some men just want to turn defensive linemen. Animations and ratings logic. Defenders with big ratings advantage now trigger super win animations correctly. W. Fixed issues where edge rushers don't respond properly to scrambling quarterbacks. You kind of nail that a few points ago with the recognition stuff, but I like that you double did it. Really drive home the point. General blocking animations. Resolved multiple animation issues causing failure to match engagements. Frozen players stuck in disengages, impact blocks, and animations playing the wrong directions. Awesome. Maybe the wrong direction animation stuff has to do with the leverage. Hopefully it works out. Again, it's one of those things that we got to see over hundreds of engagements. Run fits and pursuit. To improve the effectiveness of QB-contained defenders versus play-action bootlegs. It's weird. I don't know. QB-contained defenders, to me, are such a strange spot. Because you can either, untarget them and cut them with your running back and get out because of slowing down of the contained defender versus your quarterback, or they're superhuman against QB contain. So it's weird to me that like I like that they're effective because they are a counter. I like if I play action bootleg against a general pass rush, yes, give me the outside. If they contain, I do think the contain should win. The only issue is people that bootleg will know how to cut your defender off the edge where they don't have to call a play action bootleg, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So I like that there's a defensive counter. 100%. I do like that. I'm just like in the stage of like, yeah, I'm not necessarily hating on this comment right here. I'm in the stage of like, people don't need to call this for the QB contained defender to get destroyed. And it just takes like a running back to get around them. It's been that way for a few years too. Tuning to increase, like, okay, so you want to know how to do it? Say you got a 5-man line, 4D line, slide your line away from the running back, double team the defensive tackle towards that side, and then ID the mic on the outside backer, and then your running back will go. He either interact with them or cut them. It doesn't matter. You just get around them regardless if it's a contain or not. There. Now you know how to get around contains. Tuning to improve man coverage effectiveness versus jet motion. I think, dude, there's a reason why running backs aren't matched up against defensive ends IRL. They get mogged. Running backs should get absolutely mogged. If my pass rush power is in like the 80s and your running backs in like the 60s, why are they not super winning that? Why are they not just throwing them off to the side? Picking them up like some sort of like anime and then like throwing them into the sun. That's what should happen, man. Give me the rocket launch of running backs. Take off, baby. We'll get them roaming around our galaxy like a freaking red Corvette. Or I don't know what the fuck that car was. Oh, I swore on YouTube. Demonetized. Tuning to improve man coverage effectiveness versus jet motion, specifically for the defender to continue following the motion through snap. Good. Because the problem with, and I identified this for years here, well, since they introduced this, is at the snap of the ball, the defender like sits like he's in a run defense, like in the box, and then the jet's just around the edge. But here's the thing. Jet motion's been nerfed so hard, the edge defenders play it so well that like I'm like, thanks. But yeah, that's one of those this would have helped last year type of deals. But I'm glad the man coverage now is more effective against jet motion. Playbooks. Oh, they nerfed you, Penn State cheesers. Take an L. Take an L. Yeah, that's right. That's why you learn to make reads. Okay? You can't nerf a good pass scheme. Okay, well, you can with a really good pass rush. But if you make reads, if you become good at the game and not rely on the cheese, you won't be able to be nerfed, man. Split flexbone fullback toss with two okay, so blocking issues on rocket toss, buck sweep, motion consistency across play slets, including no huddle formations. Disable playmaker flip on flexbone fullback dive to prevent broken handoffs. Added new content to Army and option other ones. Introduce go-go generic offense. Ooh, I like that. The go-go stuff's kind of cool. Updated play call suggestion to avoid duplicate play types in the same row. Goal line set. Pitchman behavior, an option, improved blocks, backside edge blocking, RPOs, and play action. That's interesting. So they buffed RPOs. I like the buffing of play action. Play action was really bad, man. There's so many free rushes against it. Especially like only if you let it play out, right? If you cancel the handoff animation, it was a little bit better. But play action, it's been this way for years, man. The amount of free rushes that you give up in that. Synced play action bootlegs with their paired runs. You have PA walk, inside zone fake blocking, improved deep pogo. Dang, I just got a notification from Sleeper that Devin Neal's kind of hurt. Ugh, I hope it's not serious. Reduce snap delay on reload and double motion plays. Okay, I like that. That took a long time to get that stuff off. We'll see how it works. All right, I love the Dynasty changes. I've been playing a lot of Dynasty. The one thing I was confused here, tuned ability. Okay, well, should we start from the top? They added some awards. They made better decisions who to target in transfer portal because you can see career wear and tear now. Lighting and game times got updated, especially for Hawaii. New schedule for non-Eastern times. New rules reflecting limitation on day games in Arizona in the fall months. Team uniforms to better portraits on the field screen, yada, yada, right? Some cool updates there. But you know what I'm weirded out by? Okay, so tuned ability prerequisites to better align with positional archetypes. So pocket disruptor, a.k.a. like the third and fourth down pass rushing ability. For pure power and power rusher, no longer requires power moves, and then for a speed rusher, no longer requires finesse moves. Shouldn't it be the exact opposite? Shouldn't speed rusher not require power moves? Because a pocket, you're making a pocket disruptor out of a speed rusher, right? And so you shouldn't have to have 88 power moves on top of 88 finesse moves. To be a pocket disruptor as a speed rusher, you should have 88 finesse moves, right? So now basically we're being motivated. If this is how it is and they didn't make a mistake here, we're being motivated to make our speed rusher into a power rusher and our power rusher into a speed rusher to get that ability unlocked. That's bass backwards. Boom. Got around you, YouTube. Checkmark, not swearing consistently throughout the video. Nailed it. Updated skill groups for many archetypes to ensure they have access to every ability for the archetype, especially toughness. We'll see that. Dot on gadget receiver. Man, you can make some crazy good quarterbacks out of gadget receivers. I haven't seen a lot on that, but man, you can really move them. Dude, I got a 4-star gem gadget. Now, I've been using him at receiver because he's so insane there. But, yo, man, this guy got 90 throw power. So, halfback, direct toss, cheese, right? They updated multiple playing style grades, increased speed and acceleration on safeties and recruit generation. So, you wanted to just move corners there. I didn't mind the safeties in recruit generation, but, I got a little buff. So, maybe you should look for more safeties here. Sometimes when EA touches something, they touch it too much. Right? Just like me and like the punch bowl. I stuck my fingers in it again. Increase the speed and acceleration. That might be glitchy. I don't know. We'll see if they overtuned it. The pro potential, my school grade, properly updates after draft results. I know there's like a glitch with Duke and stuff in that. We'll see if that got fixed. Winning the record screen. Boise State rushing touchdown. Super Sim got updated. Weekly notifications when a player is visiting that week. I don't remember. I guess online leagues is a big deal to not allow players to change their weight and height. Exiting the auto sub screen, we prompted to pop up. I don't remember anything crazy here. Road to Glory got updated. Look at that. I seriously think here the medal thresholds for grab drill for cornerbacks have been reduced. I think this is truly, maybe somebody from EA was in there watching my Road to Glory, and they watched me flail all about. I couldn't touch the running back, and when I did, they broke my tackle, man. I got like 0 points one time. They were too fast, man. John College football couldn't keep up. Anyways, they helped out with GPA. I don't like that. I feel like my and EA's definition of scrape by are different, right? I feel like scraping by means I'm able to stay eligible. They need to change this to like, bro, open a book. Scrape by should be like, okay, you're staying eligible, because that, I feel like you look in the dictionary or go ahead and go into the Merriam-Webster's online definition of scrape by. They're like, just getting by. As somebody that scraped by a lot, baby, I don't like that. I was scraping by on my Road to Glory, and then I got academically ineligible. I'm like, huh? What? Well, that makes sense, bro. Okay. New sponsorship deals. I didn't get any sponsorship deals my junior and senior year. Is that broken? I don't know. Fix an issue. We could not graduate in 3 years. Mike linebackers. All right. Neat. Then they did a lot of Ultimate Team updates. Here's the thing. None of these updates are like that crazy. I read through them all. They're basically just bug fixes. But the encouraging part of this is how many they did, right? That means they have people working on Ultimate Team. Now, this could just be like, one dude in a basement. But the fact that they noted this many updates is encouraging to me, that they, because oftentimes Ultimate Team feels like, right now, last couple years, like the bastard stepchild, and that they don't care about. And Cut specifically has been that way. Like, they've been putting on a lot of content this year, but I mean, that's just art and the same stats as everybody else. Content, how easy is that now? Right? That should be an automatic process. You're just stressing the art team, which is like a couple people too, right? So the fact that they actually have developers dedicated to fixing these issues, I think is a positive, because after they fix the issues, then they can use the developers to add new engaging content in game modes to Ultimate Team. The only issue is, like, yes, you can add more engagement for us and more things to do, but is it still going to be as B&D pack infested? And all the other issues that I identified in my cut video. So, multiple issues still there, but hopefully encouraging process. Presentation got updated for uniforms and whatnot. They adjusted neck length. Oh, man. I was going to make a neck joke, but we got to end this video. Not going to do it. We're too classy. Adjusted current uniform assets, home and away, yada, yada, yada. Audio got updated. No new crowd themes, menu, SFX chants, commentary updates, new mascots added. That's always neat. Get a little bit more Duke Dog and Pouncer. Then we added field art updates. All right, so overall, it's looking like a good patch. They've listened to a lot of us. The only question I had was that O-line base blocking nerf. But otherwise, yeah, I'm excited to see how it plays out. We'll see tomorrow. Of course, I'll be on Twitch doing it. Become a member here on YouTube for some schemes, of course, as always. Love you guys. Take it easy. Let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking about college football right now. Peace!